You are tuned in to Ryan Campbell, Soup to Nuts. Ryan Campbell, Soup to Nuts, with another episode for that. So, we're getting ready to keep on rolling, keep pulling crap out of the engine bay and throwing crap over the shoulder and kicking taking names. So next thing I'm going to take the roll bar out from underneath. I'm probably going to drop the subframe. I got to go in there and take a look to see if that's what my plan of attack's going to be. And then, you know, we'll see how the night plays out at that point. I'll probably do some time-lapse stuff for you, because I don't know, it's kind of nice. I throw a little music. Sorry for the scratch CD, folks. If you haven't seen the previous episode, I started ripping the front end apart. I got the radiator support out, the radiator, the AC condenser, or evaporator rather. Got, you know, the power steering cooler, got that ripped out. Got most of the front end apart basically. Got, you know, things cleared out of the way. And so now I gotta just keep on chipping away. I already have the driveline, I have the drive shaft ripped out already. I already have most of the exhaust out. The only thing that's left is the headers and the cats are still bolted up. And I already have the shifter out off the trans. So I basically have the engine mounts and a bunch of miscellaneous crap. I gotta take out the ECU. I'm gonna be using the other ECU from the previous vehicle that has a tune on it from UpRev. I'm gonna get it retuned and all that anyway. I might do a E85 switch. The previous car didn't have E85. It was just tuned on pump gas. So I might do that. So in the process of doing that, you know, I have to retune it obviously. And so that's what the plan is with that. So I got to rip out the harness out of the car and into the engine bay. Got to disconnect the fuel and just a bunch of little, you know, little hoses here and there and little connectors and all that type of crap, so I can yank it out of the old chassis. Get her out of the chassis, people. Get her out of the chassis. So we're gonna probably do some time lapse, and if I run into problems or change direction, whatever the case is, we'll go back to a little video as well, because I like saying cuz. What's wrong with that, cuz? You got a problem, cuz? You got a problem? I'll take care of the problem. You got a problem? I'll take care of it for you. Let's get rolling. Got the VQ35DE out. So we got the engine all out. I got the subframe disconnected from the engine, and now I also have some other things going on the other engine, and I'm going to go over with you in a second, but Soup to Nuts did it again! So we got a few things to do before we could really move forward and start getting the other engine in and all that. So I'm going to go over a few of the things with you, and it's also going to be a few other episodes that, you know, I'm going to be doing these things in coming up very shortly. But we'll go over some of them with you right now. Alright, this is the steering rack. You can see this is the, you see how it's kind of discolored here. It's a lot darker. There's some type of seal or gasket type of material behind this bolt or in the bolt of the washer or whatever the case. It looks like it's obviously leaking, so I'm going to have to clean that up and replace that. This here is the this is where your steering column connects, coming from the steering wheel. It connects like where my finger would be. It goes up. So this is a little bit rusty, so I'm gonna take this off, clean it up, and paint that. The subframe is the subframe here. That's what this right here and right here is what bolts to the underneath of the frame of the car. And then that right there and that right there, those are the two engine mounts. So that's what the engine actually, sits down on there and then gets bolted to that point and that point. That's what supports the engine. So, but I'm gonna take it and clean it up, and there's a little bit of rust starting a little bit. So I'm gonna clean it up, clean all the rust up, paint all that, take care of that. Over here, I got the old turbo. Got the old turbo unbolted from the engine, unbolted from the manifold here. I got the holes covered up so nothing, debris or anything gets inside the turbo itself. But on top, I already took it off, but on top there's an oil line that goes from here. This is the this is the driver's side. This is the driver's side turbo. So there's an oil line that goes from here. It goes around the back of the engine, and then there's an oil distribution block I have kind of in the passenger area that distributes oil to the two turbos, because that's what helps. It helps cool the turbo, and it also helps lubricate the center section. You know, it's like there's like a journal, there's like a center shaft, and I'm trying to explain it in layman's terms here, but basically there's spinny in the middle. And it has to be lubricated, and it also, because it spins so much, and you've got the hot exhaust gases coming, it gets hot as hell too. So oil also helps cool a little bit. There also is, I do have the antifreeze, whatever, coolant running through it. It runs through the turbo as well to help cool it. But I have to get that line replaced because I actually, after I had the engine in the first time, the line got a hole in it. It was my fault, but the line got a hole, so I actually did like a little union. So there was like, a few fittings, and they were leaking very, very slightly, but I figured this is the time to take care of that. So I got that going. I have to drop off the intercooled piping that you've seen in previous videos that got banged up from the accident. I got to drop that off to get welded up and repaired. I also have to drop off the calipers, the Brembo calipers, to get powder coated, so I gotta drop them off. And there's a bunch of little heat shields and brackets and crap like that into the car that have a slight amount of rust, so I'm trying to clean up everything perfect so there's absolutely zero rust anywhere. So I'm going to be doing that in upcoming episodes. You're going to be seeing me. I'm going to do a lot of sanding, cleaning, degreasing, all that type of crap. Clean stuff up, and then paint and undercoating type of stuff. So you're gonna be seeing that coming up shortly. You're also I'm gonna take you along and run a few errands as well. Another thing, I'm gonna take the. I'm hoping, as long as I can find a place, I'll do it. Take the intercooler to get pressure tested, because it looked like it was okay from the accident, but I just want to triple check before. I want peace of mind so I can sleep at night, knowing there's not a problem with that. So we'll do that. Take you along in the errands a little bit. You can witness some of my road rage. You can laugh at me, laugh with me, yell at me, yell with me. But you'll see what an adventure it's like hitting the road, riding shotgun with me. So we got to drop off the calipers, drop off the intercooler piping. I try to drop off the hose, the oil feed line for the turbo today. But the place I've gone to in the past, all of a sudden they don't have the right type of fittings or whatever the case, so I have to go to another hose shop that I've used in the past as well, and hopefully they can take care of that for me. Then we have to, so the powder coating, intercooler piping, the intercooler itself to get pressure tested, and the oil feed line. So you'll run those errands with me, and then you'll also. A few upcoming episodes, you're going to see me doing some cleaning, painting, rust removal type of crap. Basically I'm just trying to get everything prepped in perfect condition. I got to clean the engine bay. I don't know if I'll wheel it out or not. I don't know. But I got to clean it up, degrease anything, make sure it's, perfectly clean and shiny. I want me a shiny girl, shiny girl. Yay, yay, hey, yeah. So that's coming up shortly. In the meantime, John Fast